I'm kind of also thinking about this. So now, what can we expect from Michael Lee McDonald as a politician? Like, I mean, like, how do you look at how do you want people to recognize you if elected as Assemblyman in District 20?
Well, I'm running on the Family and Criminal Law Reform platform. I have a political action committee called the Committee for Family and Criminal Law Reform, and helping other candidates get elected as well. If elected, I'm going to put in legislation to help to put equal parenting as a set standard. That will cut down 70% of litigation. To change the DV laws to where it's a high set standard of what you can do to go to jail. And if you don't want to press charges on somebody, they shouldn't be able to.
How powerful is this is what I want to ask you, and I want you to educate the people who doesn't even know exactly what an assemblyman does to Nevada or to the city. Like, we are all voters. Sometimes they don't vote because they don't say, okay, what's an assemblyman? Different from this type of post in the government. So what does an assemblyman exactly do for the city or for Nevada?
So the assemblyman, so there's the lower house and the upper house. The assembly is the lower house, which is a representative for each region of the Nevada, right? And now the Senate is the upper house. So you can pass, each assembly person can put in, I believe it's up to 10 LCBs. It's a legislative council, but it's a bill. So you can put in 10 bills a year, or a session.
So 10 bills.
Yeah, so you can get them approved or passed. You can get them co-sponsored with other politicians, other assembly.
What does it take to be approved?
So the approval process is it has to get approved in the assembly, then it has to go to the Senate, and then
how many people are in the assembly?
How many? There's 45. I believe.
You need a majority of that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so we have. So we have that. We have the assembly. Then it goes to the Senate. Then it goes to the governor to be signed as a bill. So once it's signed, then it gets put into law. And it's codified into our statute. So we can change a lot of laws. A lot of our laws are super antiquated. Like they haven't been looked at for years.
So right now you're like he is one lucky guy, ladies and gentlemen, because he doesn't go into primaries anymore. He's a Republican. But he doesn't go into primary. He goes all the way to the general election, right?
Yeah, I'm just against one other pretty much one other candidate. So I don't have a primary election, so I'm going straight. So pretty much 50-50 chance.
Yeah.
So I have a good chance of getting up there and actually making a difference. But it's a lot. There's so many people. I really believe I could do some good, but I have a lot of other friends that are going to be up there that are supporting family and criminal law reform.
So you said 10 bills. So do you actually have an idea of what you have already structured yourself to, like, this 10 bills? What are these 10 bills that you want to put in?
So I've got a couple that are going to change some, like the one for AB 263. I'm going to amend that. We're going to amend the DV laws. We're going to amend some of the and these bills would
DV is domestic violence.
Domestic violence. Yeah, we'll have to. It's going to change the wording on it. So those are what these bills are going to do, and it's going to affect a lot of people. Well, also the tax reform. When I worked at the city of Las Vegas, and the amount of taxation and I worked in the planning and business licensing. Okay. And these poor business owners are getting taxed to the hills. You know what I mean? Just to try to run a business. And to make a house or to do something, they have to go through so much red tape.
And these are not huge business owners; they're the small, probably mostly the small business owners.
Small, medium. But there's so many issues, and I have a lot of experience. Where I used to do consulting for all these small, large businesses as well. But if I get elected, I have a very good idea of a bunch of bills that I want to help put in. The child support law, I could go off on a bunch of different things. Yeah, the criminal law, we should get rid of bails or get rid of bail amounts. We should go to do a high. There should be a judicial discipline committee, or a new one, not just the one that we have, a citizens committee that holds the judges and attorneys accountable. Somewhere you can call. You're getting completely hosed in the system. They should get family law out of the court system, in my opinion. But I don't know if that's ever going to happen. What's another bill I was going to try to put in? Another bill. Get this. So for anybody that sentenced people to jail, judges, attorneys, cops, anybody that can sentence somebody, they have to go through that whole experience, a whole weekend, where they go through the strip search, the food, and they see what they're sentencing people to. Maybe they'll have empathy to see what, and it won't be. They'll figure out alternatives. Because it devastates people's lives where they lose their jobs, they lose their house, they lose their kids, and all for what? How is that going to make somebody better by throwing them in jail? Yeah. And the jail's profiting almost $200 per inmate per day. So it incentivizes to fill.
So there's
the
like
jails.
A business within the jail system.
Oh yeah, and they're getting budgets. The city and the governmental agencies are getting budgets to fill up these jails. It's a for-profit system, and it's so crazy. And it's off the most vulnerable people. I mean, the people that are really suffering it, and they can just charge them all these fees, get bench warrants, and it's so much. I've never seen such tyranny from our own government. The land of the free. We are not free. I'm telling you. That's why we need to change these laws and look at the laws that aren't working or enslaving people. Get rid of it. Title 4D. We got to get rid of that. For a for-profit system to help strip children from their family. No, you should do about more in parental involvement. You know, get people and the people that don't want to be involved with their children's lives, maybe they should pay child support, but don't throw them in jail or take.
And you're talking about not just call this one residents in general, but everybody now, including immigrants too. We're not discussing immigration right now in terms of like immigration, but this covers everybody. There's nobody that's not involved with all the reforms that Mike's telling us. Whoa, what a very revealing night. But before we end, a lot, and you'll see more of Michael Lee McDonald, but for pretty much, hopefully this will spin off to a show for himself. But before we end, Mike, what is, I would like to ask two more questions, I guess, to end up our interview.
Sure.
Thank you so much for giving me a chance to at least give you the stage and the spotlight to talk about what you fight about as a person, as a politician, as a law reformer. And I know it's not so huge as that. This is not a huge show, but I know it will really, really like kind of create a ripple and probably a wake up call, probably very informative to those who are watching. So what is in the heart of Michael Lee McDonald right now? What is your how do you see yourself 5 years from now, maybe?
Well, 5 years, I hope to have my children back and seeing them every weekend.
Oh, definitely before that.
I right now I have no clue when I'm going to see my children. I have a court date coming up, but it's so sad when so many people are suffering not be able to see their kids. I love my children, and to take my kids away from me is just something that's passion that I'm going to be doing for the rest of my life. This should not be happening. To see the amount of suffering, I mean, it reminds me of something out of the Bible, like something in Moses. Remember, his people were being oppressed by Pharaoh, and they were being enslaved. Let my people go. You know, to see the downtrodden of society get thrown in jail, and to be this for-profit system, it's something that I'm going to be an advocate for the rest of my life. And I hope that a lot of people will follow and see what's going on and open their eyes and help change it. We the people can go and affect this change. I mean, there's something to help freedom, to help bring families together. I really think that restoring our family unit is the top priority of America, and I think that because of all the root cause of the society's issues, if this gets fixed, I think it will have a profound effect on not just here in Nevada, but through our nation. So
very powerful. I was hearing 3 points there. Let my people go, and then it's totally liberating to hear those words from Michael Lee McDonald. And he's not just one advocate. There's a lot of people. I'll be guesting a lot more people hearing and talking about parental reforms or parental alienation. I'm so proud of this topic. I'm still new at it. I'm learning it, but I'm really, really, really into it right now. I'm actually working hand in hand with Michael in terms of that goal and that vision.
Well, thanks for bringing awareness to it, Linda.
I am very happy. And my show is all about awareness, all about being raw, being unfiltered, and being liberating and very empowering to those who doesn't know things and topics like this, where some people are afraid to air it out and even to voice out, and to even guest persons like you who are like, here I'm here to talk about the truth.
I mean, I can't believe it's happening to me. I mean, I'm one of the squarest of squares or whatever you want to call it.
And I'm really proud of you. I was just kidding that you did not make it to last show, and I'm revealing it until today that even if we didn't have that show last week, it's more actually equally liberating and equally more powerful than not having you last week than now. So congratulations! I congratulate you to be a very powerful man of your own, and of course, good luck. I'll be seeing your victory and the victory of those who fight against parental alienation and parental reforms and criminal law reforms. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. This has again ended us for the episode from My Voluptuous Life. I will see you again next week. And like what I told you, if you will love more than enough, you will be the most powerful human being on earth. Bye. We'll see you again.
Thank you.
Thank you.